go ahead and warm it up. We're gonna take it to the ground and start with that route kick. That means that knee comes into that chest, push out through that heel and repeat, just starting to warm those legs up. Now, typically I'm teaching boot camp style, but today we got a nice little hit going on. So get ready for that cardio burst that we've been craving this week. From here, we're gonna go ahead and switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Route kick on that left side. Again, that knee comes into that chest, kicking out through that heel. Right now, that focus is just warming up that body, opening those systems up. From here, we're gonna plant those feet nice and wide, and we're gonna open up those hips by dropping the knees to one side, hold for that 1,1000, and then switch sides. Your shoulder blade should stay on the ground. That means if your hips go so far your shoulder pops off, you're going too far. So find that range of motion that works for those hips. Solid curve here in a couple of seconds. We're going to switch it up into a bridge pullover, and we'll see that later on in the workout. Those heels are on the ground, interlace those hands by those hips, drive the hips up, arms come up overhead, and then all the way back down. The goal here, open up the hips, back of legs, and shoulders. Solid again, squeeze the top, and then slow control down. From here, we're going to start playing it on all fours. So let's go ahead and flip it around. We're going to start off with that animal squat. So those feet are nice and wide, shoulders over wrist. You shoot those hips straight back and forward, squeezing the belly button and that butt every time you get back to that plank position. Here we're working up those hips and those quads. Looking good, remember to breathe. Next thing we're gonna do is start warming up that chest by going to push-ups in 3, 2, 1, knees or toes. You can play with that depth. The goal is to not flap the head around like Eeyore or a snake. Solid team. We're gonna go ahead and walk those hands back, slowly rounding that spine up to the top so we can get to that stand position. From here, let's go ahead and warm up the backs of the legs. We're gonna get into Frankenstein. Kick that leg forward, reach with that opposite hand. Again, notice that we're not rounding the shoulders to reach, we're just kicking it out. So now that we're upright, I'm gonna let you know we got 4 blocks today. Each one has a little different flavor to give you a different hip experience, but each one should leave us sweating and ready for more. From here, let's go ahead and take those feet nice and wide. We're gonna sit down in that squat, drive it all the way up and squeeze, reopening up those hips. In 3, 2, and 1, nice wide squats. Again, being nerdy, always open those hips at the top of any squat you do. That gives us that full range of motion. We're gonna go back to opening those hips from a standing position in 3, 2, 1. That knee comes up to that belly button, out and around. Here, if you hear that hip pop or you feel it pop, you're going too far. Looking solid. So the next 30 seconds, we'll be doing what's called the Clock Lunge. And that really means you get to take control and lunge any direction you want to. Forwards, backwards, lateral words, or diagonal words in 3, 2, 1, Clock Lunge. Just find those random angles to lunge into it. Start to open up those hips as we go. We're looking solid again, lunging any and all directions. Before we start getting a little hoppy to it in the next 30 seconds. Solid crew, let's get ready. We're going to take it up to a jumping jack or jumping jack variation. You can always just tap that foot out. Otherwise, we jump it out in 3, 2, 1. Let's jack it. Now that heart rate should start to slowly climb, and that body should be feeling awake. I think we have everyone here. We have Team AAA, we have NS, we have O, I think we have O. I like it, crew. Tell you what, we got just 3, 2, 1, go ahead, catch that breath, shake out what you need. So now this first block, we're gonna do 1 minute of work, small 30-second break. 2 minutes of work, small 30-second break, then 3 minutes of work. So let me show you what we got. We start off with 1 minute of walkout push-ups. We walk those hands forward, hit that plank position, give me a push-up, knees or toes, walk it back after a minute there, 30 seconds rest. We repeat that, walk out for a minute, then we go to pop jacks for a minute. Pop jacks, we start in that plank position, shoulders over wrist, step or hop those feet forward. We end up in a squat, right back down to that plank, and repeat. As always, you can use a stool or something if you don't want to go all the way to the ground. So after those 2 minutes of work, break, then we go back into that minute walkout, minute pop jacks, and a minute of tuck jumps, where we try to jump those knees all the way up. That option, just give me some high knees, squeezing that core as we go. So crew, without further ado, let's find that spot. We have walkout and push up for 1 minute, in 3, 2, and 1, walk out to push up. Get all the way to that plank position, give me that push up realness, knees or toes, walk it back, throw those hands up in the air. And this first block is really just teaching us how to build that burpee. So using those opportunities to work that range of motion and engage that core. Love it. We got about 15 seconds before that first break. Looking good, crew. We get that first little break here in 3, 2, and 1. Take a 30-second break, shake it out. We're gonna repeat 1 minute of that, and then that second minute is a minute of pop jacks. So we're gonna quickly see how this gets being more and more fun. I'm just liking the excited faces I can see in the nice lit rooms. We got about 10 seconds here. Shake out what you need to. Again, 1 minute of walk out to push up into 1 minute of pop jacks. Starts in 3, 2, 1. Walk it out and push it up. We got that whole minute here. I got good news for Team AAA NOS. We're getting the push-ups done early today. Remember that option, you can always go to the knees for that push-up as you need it. Try to keep that control when we walk it forward and back. We got about 15 seconds, so we take those pop jacks. Looking good. Let's see if we can get one more in. We've got those pop jacks coming next. Think plank to squats in 3, 2, and 1 minute pop jacks. So we're going to start plank, step or hop forward. You're in that seated squat position, then back into that plank. Back and forth that whole minute. If you ever have to question, are you doing it right? Always think shoulders or wrists, squeeze the core in that plank. Always think about the weight back in those heels, booty back in that squat. 30 seconds to go. Yes, Team AAA NOS. Starting to get that sweat on. Just 15 till that next break. Crew, you get that 30-second rest in 3, 2, 1. Catch that breather. 30 seconds. Then repeat those first 2 minutes and add a third minute of tuck jumps. Again, if you don't want to jump it, you're just gonna give me super high knees that whole time. Whew. Let's shake it out, get ready. 15 till we go back to walkout push-ups. I'm liking the water I'm seeing. Hydration's good, especially in the smoky weather. We got walkout push-up in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. 3 minutes of work before we finish that first block. Yes, I'm loving those plank positions I'm seeing before that push-up. Remember, it is your workout, so modify it as you need. 30 seconds till we switch. And I know if you just want to dance to Sia, every time you stand up, you need me dance pose. We got 15 to those pop jacks. Let's get it ready. We got pop jacks in 3, 2, 1. Planks to squats. Let's hit it, crew. 1 minute here. Yes, there we go. Loving that squat. Love it, crew. With 30 down, 30 until those tuck jumps. Let's get what we got. Just 15. Let's keep it here, crew. Loving it, A and A. There we go. Oh, and AS. We got this. We're going into those tuck jumps. 1 minute in 3, 2, 1. Tuck jumps. I like to load and explode. In that option, try and just give me that drive with that high knee if the jump is not your game. Yes, get those knees high. Love it, crew. 30 seconds down, 30 seconds to go. If we're doing that march with that high knee, squeeze that core when that knee comes up. Last 15, stay with it, crew. Crew, we've got that break in 3, 2, 1. Catch that breath. Whew, that was your warm-up. So, block number 2 is another 7-minute block, but it's an AMRAP. That means as many rounds as possible. So, you can follow my pace, or if you want to do your pace, you do your pace, okay? So it breaks down 4 exercises. We have 5 burpees. The option here, no push-up. You just get to the ground, get to that stand. You get at least a calf raise, maybe jump if you got it. That takes us to 10 plank jacks. So I recommend going the elbows on this one, core is tight, butt tight. Step those feet out and in, or hop it out and in for that rep. Then we go back to 5 burpees, and then we got 20 squats. Feet shoulder width apart, sit down, drive up and squeeze. So again, 5 burpees, 10 plank jacks, 5 burpees, 20 squats. We're gonna repeat that as many times as we can in the next 7 minutes. I hope you guys had water, because our next round starts in 3, 2, and 1. We got 5 burpees. Again, that push-up is optional. Any which way you want to get to the ground, and explode it up. As soon as we're done with 5 burpees, we have those 10 plank jacks. After 5 burpees, we're going to go ahead and go into my plank jacks for 10 reps. Again, go at your pace. Keeping that core tight, hips down. After we've done 5 burpees and 10 plank jacks, we go back 5 more burpees. Again, you can always edit how you need to get through it. And after that second round of 5 burpees, now I have 20 squats. Feet are shoulder width. I sit it down, drive up and squeeze, open those hips every rep. Now, if you have not done an AMRAP before, it's going at your own pace. Take those breaks when you need it. If you have, the challenge is to just keep your body moving. Love it, crew. I'm 10 squats down, I got 10 to go. And then repeat it, 5 burpee, 10 leg jack, 5 burpee, 20 squats. Perfect, crew. I'm gonna start my round 2. We are 2 minutes into the 7-minute block. We are crushing that time, crew. Love it. I finished my 5 burpees, so I'm back in my 10 plank jacks. Again, we can step it or hop it here. Those 10 go back to 5 burpees and those 20 squats. Whew. Even if we haven't done AMRAPs before, your challenge is just move. And I want to see who can make a bigger sweat puddle than I'm making right now. And the last part of this block, those 20 air squats. Loving the burpees I'm seeing, crew. Give me that best effort. Loving the depth on those squats, that chest is proud. Here's the good news, Team AAA and OS. We are 3.5 minutes down, 3.5 to go. Whew. We just lost count, but I think that was 15. So I'm gonna keep going. If you lose count, just give me best effort. Love it. Then I can repeat 5 burpees, 10 leg jacks, 5 burpees, 20 squats. And 5. Love it, crew, on those burpees. When we get to those plank jacks, keep those hips down, core tight. And always wrapping these rounds up with those 20 squats. That keeps that chest upright, allowing you to breathe into it. Here's what's exciting. We're coming up to the last 120 seconds or 2 minutes. So if you figure it takes us about 90 seconds to get through a round, I want you all to try to get through one more round. Best effort. Again, listen to your body, take those breaks as you need to. That last 2 minutes starts right now. And 20, there we go. Whew. All right, so that's 5 burpees. Crew, you should be making some sweat happen around you. And 5. Love it, crew. Getting back to my 10 plank jacks. We're coming up to the last 60 seconds. Let's hang on to it. Yes, team. Going to my 20 squats as we approach the last 35 seconds, crew. Whew. Remember, you get a nice long break after this, so let's keep it moving. Coming to the last 20 seconds. Still move that body. Give me your best effort here, crew. That break is coming your way. Keep that form tight. There we go, fixing those shoulders, love it. Crew, you got 3, 2, 1, catch that breath. Whew, that was a fun little AMRAP. So now let's talk about O's favorite, the core. So we got 30 seconds per exercise. We're gonna do it 3 times through. We start with an alternating V-up. So arms extended out, legs out. I'm gonna drive up to that V position on my hips. Lift one leg, that knee can be bent or straight, all the way back down, switching sides. If we can't quite get up, go ahead and just bring that knee in towards that chest a little bit more. After 30 seconds there, we go to that bicycle crunch, opposite elbow, opposite knee. As you pedal through that heel, again, that option, keep the back more on the ground, let the legs do more work. And then that warm up, bridge pullover to stretch everything back out, close it on down and repeat. So we got 30 seconds of all 3 movements, 3 times through, starting with that alternating V up here in about 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and find that spot on the ground, shake loose what you need to, and get ready for that alternating V up, starting in 3, 2, and 1, alternating V up. Again, keep me all the way up on those hips, or if you need to, turn it more to that crunch. Whatever you decide, try to go nice and slow on the way down. Drive on that way up, squeeze that core. Here in about 10 seconds, we'll switch to that bicycle crunch. Again, opposite elbow, opposite knee in 3, 2, 1. Bicycle crunch through that heel. Still bring that belly button into that spine. Love it, crew. Already 15 down, 15 to go. Let's get ready for that bridge pullover in 3, 2, 1. You can lace those hands by those hips, drive everything up and over, close it back down. Still brace your core, so belly button in that spine, but also use this as an opportunity to open those hips and shoulders. Love it, crew. We're finishing that first round. We got 2 more rounds just like this. Starting with that alternating V up in 3, 2, 1. Alternating V up, drive it, control it. Love it, crew. Just like T-Swift, we're raising from that dead, kicking some booty. Here in 10 seconds, we go to those bicycles. In 3, 2, 1. Bicycle crunch through that heel. Squeeze that core. You should be feeling it. $15. Let's get ready for that bridge pullover in 3, 2, 1. Bridge pullover. Drive it up. Control it down. Whew. We've got 1 more round. and then your break. Let's keep that drive, crew. Again, use this pullover to find that breath with an exhale and an inhale. We switch it up to that alternating V up in 3, 2, 1. Alternating V up. Drive it, control it. Squeeze that crew. Squeeze that core, crew. There we go. Love it, crew. 15 seconds. Try and get a little higher up if you can. It's your last time here. We switch it to that bicycle crunch in 3, 2, 1. Let's ride it. Again, push through those heels. Try and get that leg a little further down that extends out. Really feel that core. Love it, crew. We're 15 down, 15 to go. Let's get ready for those bridge pullovers in 3, 2, 1. Bridge pullover. Last 30 before that little break. You can find that breath, stretch things out. Just 15. Crew, we're coming up to the last 3, 2, and 1. Take that nice little break. I know what you're thinking, one more round. Oh yeah. So this is gonna be a lot of fun for the cardio. We're gonna have it 2 times through. The first time through, 40 seconds of work, 20-second rest, each of these exercises. Second time, it's 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. So we start with the lateral skips. You will never cross your legs. You're just hopping one knee up, going side to side for that skip. From there, we go into froggers. So chest stays proud that whole time. If you ever feel like you're dumping that chest to the ground, nay. Sit down in those hips, trying to touch the ground, explode it up, and I like to switch sides. That option, give me that calf raise if the jump is a little much. From there, we keep those feet fixed where they're at. We're just gonna go into a lateral lunge side, open up in the center, to side, open up in the center. That takes us to the exit jump bar step. So the feet are wide, together, wide, You're going forward and backwards as you go. Again, if that's so much, I wanna see some high knees or some butt kickers. When you're going backwards, high knees going forwards to keep those legs moving. And lastly, we got those atomic climbers, shoulders over wrist. That knee goes to the opposite elbow, keeping that core tight. Option upright, same thing. So crew, let's shake it out. We start with 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest through this. Starting with those lateral skips. We're gonna take it up in 3, 2, and 1. Lateral skips. Drive those knees up, going side to side. Again, I'm not karaokeing, so my legs never cross. Good, drive those knees up, crew. Like to get those knees up, those arms moving. We got just a couple more seconds before that break. Crew, you get that rest in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and set yourself up. We get those froggers next. In 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Really keep that chest proud. Next round, remember those rest breaks get way shorter. We take up to frogger in 3, 2, 1, and frogger. Sit it down, explode up. Calf raise is another option. Yes, crew. Remember that chest should never go down towards the ground. It should always stay up towards that wall. Yes. Pass halfway. Looking good, crew. Couple seconds. We get that rest break in 3, 2, 1. Take that rest break. That next one again, super wide stance. We're gonna go into that lateral lunge to stand, lunge to stand. Notice how you never move those feet. Your opportunity is working those hips. We're gonna take it up for 40 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's move it side, up to side, up. Opportunity, booty goes back, you sink a little lower. Love it, crew. Challenge that range of motion. Already past that halfway mark. Love it, crew. We get that coming up break in 3, 2, and 1. Take that breather. X jumps are next. So again, wide, narrow, wide as I go forward, narrow, wide as I go backwards. Option 4, giving some high knee realness. Backward, giving to that butt kicker. Let's get ready. X jumps in 3, 2, 1. X jumps. Here we go, 40 seconds. It's like we got hopscotch on one piece of cement. Whew. Yes, crew, give me those X's. Last about 10 seconds, keep it going. Crew, we got 3, 2, and 1. Next up, we're on the ground in that plank position for atomic climbers. Opposite knee to elbow. In that option, upright, knee to elbow, squeezing that core. This is the last time we got 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Making our way to the ground, we got atomic climbers in 3, 2, and 1. Let's drive that knee up and control it on the way back. Squeeze that core. Love it, crew. Shoulders over wrists. It's not as much about speed as feeling that core squeeze. Coming up about 15. Looking good, crew. We get that break in 3, 2, 1. Final round, we repeat everything. 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, starting with those lateral skips here in about 10. So it's gonna be the perfect amount of time we need to quickly transition. Let's shake it loose, get it ready. Lateral skips in 3, 2, and 1. Lateral skips. Get nice high knees as we go side to side. Don't let those feet cross. Love it, crew. Last about 20 seconds. Keep it going. Whew. 10 more seconds, then get a nice short break. We got just 3, 2, and 1. Take that breather. Froggers are next. Set those feet up. We got 50 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's Frogger. We're not real life Frogger. We're not going out in the street. We get low, we exploding up. Whew. Yes, Team AAA NOS. Just proud. Sit those hips down. We're up to 20 seconds. Let's get what we got, crew. You know the next exercise isn't as intense. Last 10, last 10. Quick little break in 3, 2, 1. Catch that breath. We're gonna separate those feet nice and wide. Alternate fixed to lateral lunges. Coming up for 50 in 3, 2, 1. Let's shift it side. Open up in that center. Shift to the side. My challenge for you on this one, because it's our last time here, see how far back you can push that booty, how low you can get it. Yes, crew. Love it, team AAA NOS. We got just 20 seconds. Try and get lower, move those hips. Could we get that nice little break in 3, 2, and 1. Shake it on out. We got those X jumps coming up next. And high knees forward, butt kickers back. If we're not jumping, 50 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's hit it. Make that X pattern. Whew. Love it. I can tell who practices with their kids at home. Keep those feet going, crew. We got this halfway. About 15. Whew. Those legs should be feeling it. Those lungs should be feeling it too. Last couple of seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Catching that breath. Final minute, we're down doing those atomic climbers. So let's go ahead and get in that ready position. We cross those knees to the opposite elbow in 3, 2, 1. Final minute. Try and squeeze. We're gonna keep going that entire minute here. And that knee crosses the opposite elbow. And I want you to feel that core squeeze. Yes, yes, crew, shoulders over wrists. And up, 30 down, 30 to go. Let's hang on to it. If those hips feel like they're slowly sneaking up on you, nay, nay. Keep those hips down. Just 15. Whew. Yes, crew, tell you what, we're all gonna go onto our backs and start stretching in 3, 2, 1. Whew. Go ahead, relax it on to those backs. Let's go ahead and catch that breath down here, in through that nose, out through that mouth. We're gonna do that by taking those fingers forward, toes long ways, and we're gonna reach on that inhale, stretching all the muscles we just used, and big exhale to relax. We're gonna do that one more time because it's my favorite stretch. Inhale, stretch, reach those fingers, reach those toes, stretch, stretch, stretch. As deep as you can for that inhale, and exhale, relax it on down. I'm gonna take that right ankle on my left knee, hug it into that figure 4. And just breathe down here. Trying to pull that left leg in just a little closer. And on our exhale, we're gonna let go of that leg and drop that whole hot mess off to the left. We'll feel a little bit of a stretch, possibly in that IT band or those hips. And on that next exhale, back to center. We're gonna switch sides. My left ankle on that right knee. Hug it in as close as I can. And on that exhale, go ahead and let go. Drop it off to the side. And on that exhale, come back to neutral. We're gonna lay on our side to open up that spine real quick with that thoracic roll. So hands on top of each other, knees on top of each other. As my hands reach over, my eyes stay on that thumb, I open up, close it down. Remember those knees stay together to tell us our range of motion. Just find that breath as we go. We're gonna switch sides in 3, 2, 1, switching sides. And crew, my mat is now quite nasty from all my sweat, so I hope you guys have some beautiful looking sweat angels as well. From here, we're gonna go ahead and round onto all fours. When we get onto all fours, we're just gonna open up that core with the cat dog stretch. Again, focus on that breath as we round with the kitty cat. And then the dog, head up, butt up. We're gonna go ahead and curl those toes, push those hips back, walk those hands back, reaching for those toes. Just hold it here for a second and let that spine really round on you. And very slowly we come up one vertebrae at a time, all the way to the tippy top, shoulders back. Let's go ahead and interlace those hands up overhead. Reach for the sky one more time. Exhale, go ahead and let it go. And crew, give yourself a round of applause.